English Hidden Podcast.
Daily life English conversation.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Hidden Podcast. I'm James.
And I'm Sarah.
Sarah, I have a question for you. What's one of the easiest English conversations that can still make people nervous?
I'd say introducing yourself. It sounds simple, but when you're standing in front of a new person, sometimes you suddenly don't know what to say.
Exactly. You know your own name, where you live, what you do, and what you like. But when someone says, "Tell me about yourself," your mind can suddenly go completely blank.
That happens to a lot of people. And that's why today we're going to practice how to introduce yourself confidently in English.
Whether you're meeting someone for the first time, starting a new job, joining a class, traveling, or attending an interview, knowing how to introduce yourself can make the conversation much easier.
And the good news is, you don't need a complicated introduction. You just need a few useful sentences and the confidence to say them naturally.
So let's imagine we're meeting for the first time. Hi, I'm James. Nice to meet you.
Hi, James. I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you too.
Where are you from, Sarah?
I'm from Chicago, but I currently live in New York. How about you?
I'm from Boston. I've lived there for most of my life.
That's a very simple introduction.
Exactly. And notice that I didn't give you my entire life story. I simply said my name and where I'm from. Then I asked you a question.
That's important because introducing yourself isn't only about talking. It's also about giving the other person a chance to respond.
Right. If someone says, "Hi, I'm Alex. I'm from Seattle," you can continue the conversation by asking, "Have you lived there for a long time?"
Or you could ask, "What do you do?"
That's another very common question. So let's practice it. Sarah, what do you do?
I work in marketing. I've been working in that field for a few years. What about you?
I'm a teacher. I work with adults who are learning English.
That's a good introduction because it's short but informative.
Exactly. If someone asks, "What do you do?" they're usually asking about your job or what you do professionally.
And if you're a student, you can simply say, "I'm a student." You can also add what you're studying.
For example, "I'm a college student. I'm studying business."
Or, "I'm studying computer science."
Simple sentences are often the best choice when you're learning English. You don't need to use difficult vocabulary just to sound impressive.
That's especially important when you're nervous. If you use words you're not comfortable with, you may become even more nervous.
Exactly. It's better to speak clearly and naturally with simple English.
Now, let's talk about introducing yourself in a workplace.
Okay. Hi, I'm James. It's nice to meet you. I'm new to the team.
Hi, James. I'm Sarah. Welcome to the team. What department are you working in?
I'm joining the marketing team. I'll be working on digital content and social media.
That sounds good. Have you worked in marketing before?
Yes, I have. I worked for a small company for about 3 years before joining this team. I'm excited to learn something new here.
That's a great workplace introduction.
And there's another useful phrase. I'm looking forward to working with you.
That's a very professional and friendly expression. For example, "It's great to meet you. I'm looking forward to working with you."
Exactly. You can use it when joining a new team or meeting a new coworker.
But what if you're introducing yourself in a more casual situation? Maybe you're at a party or meeting a friend's friend.
Then your introduction can be more relaxed. You could say, "Hi, I'm James. I don't think we've met before."
And the other person might say, "Hi, I'm Sarah. No, I don't think we have."
Then you can ask something simple like, "How do you know everyone here?"
That's a great conversation starter. You don't need to think of something complicated. Just ask a simple question connected to the situation.
Exactly. And if you're meeting someone while traveling, you can ask, "Where are you from? Are you visiting for work or for vacation? How long are you staying?"
These questions help keep the conversation going after the introduction.
There's something else English learners should remember. Don't try to give too much information immediately.
Right. If someone asks, "Where are you from?" you don't need to explain your entire family history.
Exactly. Give a short answer first. Then let the conversation develop naturally.
Then the other person might ask, "Which part of Texas?" Now you can give more information.
For example, "I'm from Texas." That's much more natural than giving a long speech.
Now let's talk about hobbies. Sometimes after asking about your work, people ask, "What do you like to do in your free time?"
That's a great opportunity to talk about yourself. You could say, "In my free time, I enjoy going to the gym, watching movies, and spending time with my friends."
Or, "I enjoy reading and traveling. I also like trying new restaurants."
And hobbies are useful because they often create another conversation.
Exactly. If I say, "I love hiking," you might ask, "Where do you usually go hiking?" That's the goal. You're not trying to give a perfect speech. You're trying to start a conversation.
I think that's one of the most important things to remember.
Absolutely. And if you're nervous, prepare a short introduction before you need it.
Good idea. You can prepare 4 simple things: your name, where you're from, what you do, and something you enjoy.
For example, "Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from Chicago, but I live in New York now. I work in marketing, and I enjoy traveling and reading."
That's already a complete introduction.
And you can finish by asking, "How about you?"
That's one of the easiest ways to keep the conversation going.
Now, what about an interview?
That's a little more formal. An interviewer might say, "Tell me about yourself."
And this is where many people become nervous.
Exactly. But you can still use the same basic structure. Start with your current situation. Then talk briefly about your experience and your strengths. Finally, explain what you're looking for.
For example, "I'm currently working in customer service. I've been in this field for 3 years, and I've developed strong communication and problem-solving skills. I'm now looking for an opportunity where I can continue to grow professionally."
That's a professional answer.
And notice that it's not extremely long.
Right. A good introduction should give the listener a clear picture of you without overwhelming them with information.
Another important thing is pronunciation. You don't have to speak quickly to sound confident.
That's right. Actually, speaking a little slower can make you sound clearer and more confident.
And don't worry if you make a small mistake.
Exactly. If you make a mistake, correct it and continue.
For example, "I'm from Boston, I grew up in Boston, but I live in New York now." So don't stop the entire conversation because of one small mistake.
Keep going. The goal is communication, not perfection. Before we finish, let's review 5 useful expressions from today's conversation. First, "Nice to meet you." You say this when meeting someone for the first time. For example, "Hi, I'm James. Nice to meet you."
Second, "What do you do?" This usually means, "What is your job?" For example, "What do you do?" "I'm a teacher."
Third, "I'm from." Use this to talk about where you come from. For example, "I'm from Boston."
Fourth, "In my free time." Use this when talking about your hobbies and activities. For example, "In my free time, I enjoy reading."
And finally, "How about you?" This is a simple way to return the question and continue the conversation.
So remember, you don't need a perfect introduction. You need a simple introduction that you can say comfortably.
Start with your name. Talk about where you're from. Explain what you do. Mention something you enjoy. Then ask the other person a question.
And most importantly, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Every conversation is another chance to practice.
The more you practice introducing yourself, the more natural it will feel.
And one day, you'll notice that you don't have to think about every sentence anymore. You'll simply start talking.
Thanks for listening to us today. We hope this conversation helps you feel more confident when introducing yourself in English.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and don't worry about being perfect.
We'll see you in the next episode of English Hidden Podcast. Take care.
See you next time.